So those are comfortable?
I guess so. I mean, they kind of rub my ankles, but all shoes do that. I have low ankles.
You think you deserve that pain, but you don't.
I don't think I deserve it.
Well, not consciously, maybe.
One of the things I talk about is the sense of wrongness that I had as a child. Like, I think most kids have some sense of it, that it's not supposed to be this way. You know, just for example, that you're not supposed to actually hate Monday and be happy when you don't have to go to school. Like, school should be something that you love. Life should be something that you love.
But a lot of people say, that's all nice to talk about, but what a charming thought. But competition is just part of human nature. It's usually with a shrug like this, and a faintly patronizing smile, you know. What a charming thought. But unfortunately, it's just human nature to be competitive, or aggressive, or stubborn, or territorial, or lazy, or selfish. Notice it's always the bad stuff. Notice it's always the bad stuff. So, you can't use nature. If you look at cross-cultural evidence, you find the same thing. There are some cultures without any competition. Zilch in recreation, in education, and in economics. Those cultures are sometimes called rather rudely primitive cultures, or as I prefer to call them, non-VCR cultures. And this doesn't mean that we can or should be like them. What it does mean is that we need another explanation besides our dark side or something innate about us to explain this stuff.
In a society which is predicated on competition and really very often the ruthless exploitation of one human being by another, the profiteering of other people's problems, and very often the creation of problems for the purpose of profiteering, the ruling ideology will very often justify that behavior by appeals to some fundamental and unalterable human nature. So the myth in our society is that people are competitive by nature and that they're individualistic and that they're selfish. The real reality is quite the opposite. We have certain human needs. The only way that you can talk about human nature concretely is by recognizing that there's certain human needs. We have a human need for companionship and for close contact, to be loved, to be attached to be accepted, to be seen, to be received for who we are. If those needs are met, we develop into people who are compassionate and cooperative and who have empathy for other people. So the opposite that we often see in our society is in fact the distortion of human nature, precisely because so few people have their needs met. So yes, you can talk about human nature, but only in the sense of basic human needs that are instinctively evoked, or I should say certain human needs that lead to certain traits if they are met, and a different set of traits if they're denied.